Have you been working hard to launch your business, but it feels like with all of the work you've been putting in, you should be seeing some results by now? Or do you even get paralyzed because there's just so many things that you should be doing or think you should be doing that it would be impossible to do everything? And so you always start one thing and then you try a different thing and you keep spinning your wheels and not really getting anywhere. So I spoke to somebody just the other day that was in this situation. She had spent a fortune on a website. It took quite a long time to develop. She also had invested in a pretty high-end email system for herself. She had a personal assistant that was like pushing out social media posts across several platforms, but she still wasn't seeing the clients coming in. And I want to share with you exactly what I shared with her. Which is when you are starting your business, there's one thing and one thing only you need to focus on, and that is getting clients. Now, I can just see people saying, well, duh, that is exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to get clients. But I would challenge you on that because what you're doing, is that the most direct way of getting clients? I can think of like three clients off the top of my head of mine that have gotten clients without a website. So investing a lot of time in your website really isn't necessary when you're just starting your business. What is necessary, and I want to let you in on this because frankly, you're in a really privileged position when you're just starting out because of the fact that you do have this single focus. Later on in your business, you are going to have 10, 20 different ways of of using paid traffic to find people. You're going to have like 50, 60, 100 ways that you could be generating organic traffic. But right now, when you are just focusing on this one thing, you need to like embrace the fact that you can have this single vision and this clarity of direction, because that isn't like a privilege that's allowed to business owners as they progress. So really the way to focus on getting clients in the best way, in the most effective, most efficient way, is to spend as much time as you can in front of your clients, like where they hang out, and not just being present and I'm talking about actually talking on the phone, talking to them to really understand exactly what they want, exactly what their language is, so that you can speak to them. Spend as much time on the phone with people, having real conversations or one-to-one in person as you can at this stage, because it will pay huge dividends for you. And here's an example of how it'll pay huge dividends. When you can speak to somebody in their language and provide them with an offer that's exactly what they have been wanting and needing, it's very, very simple to convert people into clients. And so if you haven't seen my video called The Birthday Cake Strategy for Getting Clients, go ahead and watch that. It gives a little bit more direction on the process of actually getting people from, A to Z. But basically, you want to be able to develop a system in the beginning where you can put an offer out there into a group, into a place where you know your ideal clients are, and know from that offer you will get at least X many people that raise their hand and say, yes, I want to talk to you about this. And then because it's a numbers game and because you've been charting your statistics, that chances are one of those or two of those or three of those people will turn into a paying client. When you can get that level of certainty about the offer that you're putting out there and about the people you're talking to, and you're sure that you understand them to that level, then girl, oh my goodness, go for it. Then create this amazing website, do these amazing things, start developing your reach, Do your personal branding, get all the gloss and glitz, go for it because you've proven your business model by that point. It really takes only about 3 clients to prove that what you're thinking about, the offer you're thinking about, has legs. And once you get to that point and you know what you're offering and what makes people say yes, then the rest is scaling. And scaling is doable. But you won't know until you've gotten this system in place, until you've perfected your method for communicating and enticing people. And there's no reason to be creating a big website or, spending a lot of time on your copy, for instance, on the website, or creating tons of social media posts when you don't have those basics down. So that is my big piece of advice for people when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're starting out, when you're feeling like you're doing all the things. You only have one thing to focus on, and that's a really good thing, because focusing on this thing now will mean your business is guaranteed. End of story. Hope that was helpful. As always, go ahead and drop any questions you have in the comments or message me. I'm always available. It was great talking to you.